Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 26. Today we're going to be working some more with division. And for my first problem, I'm going to try and look at two problems that seem like they might be equal, but they're not. And that's because of how we understand what the remainder of something is. So if I have 156 divided by 24, I'm going to get an answer of 6 remainder 12. Well, if I divide 102 divided by 15, I also get 6 remainder 12. But as we're going to find out, 156 divided by 24 does not equal 102 divided by 15. Why is that? Well, the one way we can find out is to get the exact answer. In other words, don't have a remainder, get rid of the remainder. So for the first problem, 156 divided by 24, the 24 does not go into 1, it does not go into 15, it goes into 156 about 6 times. And then I get 144. If I subtract, I have 12 left over. That's 12 ones. Well, I can't get any groups of 24 out of 12 ones, but what I can do is I can change that to 120 tenths. 24 does go into that. It goes into that 5 times. And I'm going to get 120 with nothing left over, so I get an exact answer of 6 and 5 tenths. For this other problem, I have 15 divided into 102. And again, the 15 does not go into 1, it does not go into 10, it goes into 102 6 times. If I multiply that out, I get 90. And I have my 12 left over. 15 does not go into 12 wholes, so what I can do is I can change those to tenths. And 15 will go into 120. It'll go in there 8 times, which is 120, with nothing left over. So we all know, I think by now, that 6 and 5 tenths is not equal to 6 and 8 tenths. For the next part of this problem, they want you to come up with your own division problem that's different from the two examples they gave, that gives you a quotient of 6 and a remainder of 12. And one thing they say is it has to have a 2-digit divisor. So I know that I want an answer of 6 remainder 12, and this has to be 2 digits. It doesn't say what it is. You can make it anything you want. We're just going to work backwards. So I'm taking a whole large amount of something, and I'm dividing it into piles of a certain size, and I'm getting 6 piles with 12 left over. So I can reverse that, and I can have, say I'm going to have 6 piles, 6 groups of anything you want, as long as it's 2 digits, and as long as it's greater than 12, because if it was less than 12, I could get another whole group out of it. So I have to have a number bigger than 12, and I have to have it, and so that's going to make it 2 digits anyway. So, you know, I can pick anything. I'll pick 14. Why not? And so I'm going to divide something by 14 to get 6 remainder 12. Well, 6 groups of 14. 6 groups of 14 is going to be 84. And then I had 12 left over, 96. I must have started with 96 things. If I take 14 and divide it into 96, I get 6 groups with 12 left over. You can pick anything. You could have picked 20. 20 is a pretty easy number to work with. I'll run that in. So I could have said 20 into something, giving me 6 remainder 12. Coming over here, 20 times 6 is 120. Plus 12 is 132. I would have started with 132 then. So there's lots of different things, an infinite number of things. As long as it's a 2-digit divisor and it's bigger than the remainder, you'll be all set to go. One more example problem here. I have 183 and 6/10 divided by 72. 183 and 6/10 divided by 72. 72 does not go into 1. It does not go into 18. It goes into 183 about 2 times. If I said, well, that's about 70 and do about 180, it's going to go about 2 times. 3 times is too much. So I'm going to get 144. I'm going to subtract, and I get 39. 39 is less than 72, so I'm good to go. I'm going to bring down my 6, and I get 396. 70 goes into 400. Ooh, don't forget my decimal point, by the way, so I hold my place value. It goes in about 5 times. 5 times 70 is 350. 6 would be 420, would be too much. So I'm going to guess 5, and I'm going to get 360 when I multiply. I have 36 here left over. I don't want to make a remainder, so I'm just going to add a 0 here, because that's just adding a 0 in the hundreds place, and there in fact is nothing in the hundreds place. I'm going to bring that down. I get 360. Well, I know that's going to be 5 because I just did it. And now I have nothing left over. Now we need to check our work, is what it said. So I have over here, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to take the quotient, and I'm going to multiply it by the divisor. And I'm going to, for a moment, I'm going to forget about this decimal, and I'm going to treat it as 255 times 72, which will give me an answer that's 100 times too big. But anyway, so there's an answer that's 100 times too big. So I need to make my answer 100 times smaller. And I do in fact check. It matches my original dividend. So that's the end of today's lesson.